Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss this. The first time I noticed something strange about him, it was subtle, a glance that lingered too long, a smile that didn't reach his eyes. I had been married to Aaron for 6 years, and I thought I knew every contour of his moods, every twitch of his habits. We lived in a small, sunlit apartment overlooking the city park. It smelled faintly of coffee in the mornings and Aaron's cologne in the evenings, his comfort zone, our comfort zone. But that Saturday afternoon, while we were hosting a casual game night with friends, everything shifted. His friend Mark had shown up, a tall man with sharp features and a confident air, someone who could command a room without raising his voice. I laughed at something harmlessly teasing, nudging Aaron. I bet Mark here is the type who thinks he's bigger than the rest. I joked, letting my words hang in the air. Aaron stiffened. The kind of stiff that freezes your gut, makes your pulse erratic. He didn't laugh. Not even a small, nervous smile. Instead, he raised his glass slowly, eyes narrowing in a way I had never seen. "Be careful what you joke about," he said, voice calm, almost too calm. There was a weight to it, like a dam holding back something dangerous. I tried to brush it off, laughing awkwardly, but shadow of tension settled over the room. Mark didn't notice. He was too busy charming everyone with a story from his recent trip abroad. Aaron excused himself to the balcony, leaving me there with a sinking feeling. Later, while I was clearing the dishes, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "You might want to rethink what you said today." I froze. The city lights outside blurred as panic seeped in, curling like smoke around my chest. I stared at the screen, heart hammering, mind racing. Who could have sent this? And what did it mean? I wanted to call Aaron, ask him directly, but the words stuck in my throat. Something in that earlier look, the way he had said those few words, told me, whatever was coming, it wasn't going to be easy. And then my phone buzzed again. This time it was Aaron, but the message wasn't his usual playful self. It was short, cold. "We need to talk. Now." I set down the dishes and gripped the edge of the counter, staring at the message as the room seemed to shrink around me. My mind raced through every word I had said, every glance, every joke. Something had shifted, and I had no idea if we could ever go back. The door clicked behind him, and Aaron's presence filled the tiny apartment like a storm rolling in. His jaw was tight, his hands fidgeting with the cuff of his sleeve, a gesture I'd never seen before. My stomach churned. "Sit down," he said, voice low. Not angry, just measured. I obeyed, sitting on the edge of the sofa while he paced back and forth, like a predator circling its prey. I saw the messages. He finally said, my chest tightened, "And it's not just about the joke." I froze. My mind spun through possibilities, all of them terrifying. Aaron stopped pacing and faced me. "You don't understand what you've walked into. Mark, he's not just a friend. He's been in my life longer than you know. And I trusted you. I trusted us." His voice cracked, just slightly, and for a fraction of a second, I saw the man I married, the one who laughed with me over late-night movies, who held me when I cried after bad days at work. But it was fleeting. "I don't understand," I whispered. My hands were shaking. "What do you mean?" Aaron took a deep breath. "Mark and I, we've had a history. Before us, there were feelings, strong feelings, things I never acted on, but they existed. And now I see the way you talk about him, the way you joked." He stopped, running his hand through his hair. "It's like you don't know me at all." I felt the room tilt. Betrayal? Not my betrayal. His secret? But why the warning, the cold message? My phone buzzed again. It was a photo. I looked down. My heart seized. It was Aaron and Mark, months ago, at a hotel, arms intertwined in a way that wasn't friendly. I gasped, feeling like the floor had vanished beneath me. The joke, the casual teasing. It had opened a door I wasn't prepared for. I wanted to scream, to demand an explanation, but my voice caught in my throat. Aaron's eyes searched mine, haunted, desperate. "I never wanted you to find out this way," he said. "I thought I could protect us. Protect you. But now, everything's unraveling and I can't." He swallowed hard, his chest rising and falling like he was fighting for air. I backed away instinctively, gripping the armrest. You cheated? I whispered, my voice barely audible. He shook his head. Not exactly. But the past is still alive, and it's affecting us. And I should have been honest before it got this far. The apartment felt smaller, suffocating. My mind raced through every laugh, every touch, every late-night call I dismissed as normal. Nothing felt safe anymore. And as Aaron sat there, eyes pleading, I realized the betrayal wasn't just about the past. It was about trust, secrets, and the fragile line we had been walking, a line that was now gone. Then my phone buzzed again. Another message. Same unknown number. She doesn't know the whole story. Not yet. I stared at it, frozen, as a shiver ran down my spine. Someone else knew. Someone else had been watching. And suddenly, the storm inside the apartment wasn't just between Aaron and me. It was bigger, darker, and far more dangerous than I could have imagined. The next hours felt like a slow-motion nightmare. Aaron tried to explain, voice trembling as he unraveled the tangled mess of his past with Mark. Every word felt like a knife twisting in my chest. I never acted on it, he insisted. It was before you, before everything. I wanted to protect us, but I see now how hiding it hurt more than it helped. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to reach across the coffee table and grab the man I had loved for years. But the photo, the messages, the uncertainty, they made it impossible. My hand shook as I scrolled through my phone again. Another message. It's not just the past. She's closer than you think. Who's sending these? I demanded, voice breaking. Aaron shook his head, his eyes wide with fear. I don't know. I didn't. A sudden knock on the door interrupted us. My heart slammed against my ribs. Who could it be? The unknown number had warned me. Someone was watching, or worse. Aaron went to the door cautiously, peering through the peephole. Then he turned pale. It's Mark, he said, voice tight. The room went silent. My mind raced. Mark, my husband's old flame, the one I joked about, standing at the door, calm, confident, dangerous in a way I had only imagined in nightmares. Mark stepped inside without waiting, his eyes locking on me and then on Aaron. We need to finish this, he said simply. Everything slowed. I realized then that the joke, the careless words, had unleashed a storm none of us were ready for. Aaron's hand trembled as he reached for mine, but I pulled away instinctively. My trust had fractured, and now it was a question of survival, emotional and maybe even physical. For the next tense moments, accusations, confessions, and raw emotions collided in the small apartment. Aaron confessed his lingering feelings for Mark, his guilt, and fear of losing me. Mark admitted he had never let go either, but he didn't want to hurt anyone. He just wanted the truth out in the open.